Welcome to this week's edition of Tahoe Sportsline. Well, it's September, Coach, and what happens September, beginning of September? It's the NFL football season.
Yeah.
Kick off this weekend.
But before we get to our picks, we're going to talk a little bit about high school football. Whitell eked out a 60-56 win over Hawthorne in last weekend's season opener for both schools. This week they traveled to Eureka for a Friday night game. Incline improved to 2-0, beating crosstown rival North Tahoe 38-29. The Highlanders will host powerhouse Yarrington this Thursday, and the 0-2 Lakers will host Silver Stage on Saturday.
The powerhouse Truckee team is now 3-0 overall and 2-0 in league play, and they clobbered North Valley 66-13. Coach, the Wolverines will also host unbeaten Churchill County this coming Saturday. South Tahoe dropped to 0-3, losing to Sparks 29-6 in a spirited contest. The Vikings are looking for their first win as they travel to Spring Creek. That's going to be a tough matchup, Coach.
You know, there are numerous players from Northern California and Northern Nevada playing in the NFL this year. And do you know what their friends and family have in common with Lake Tahoe TV?
It's probably that Comcast connection all over Northern California. Tune into Lake Tahoe Television. A little bit of checkerboard now, different channels as you're in different markets, but you can watch the Tahoe Today show in its entirety on the morning, every morning from 7:30 to 9:30.
And Northern Nevada, what channel is that?
Northern Nevada, channel 195 down in Reno.
There we go. First game of the NFL season as the 49ers in Minnesota is a 6.5-point underdog. Minnesota is a preseason Super Bowl contender, and they should win the game. But I'm betting on the Niners to cover the spread because their biggest area improvement will be on the defensive side of the ball. So expect a low-scoring game, and Alfred Morris is a perfect fit for a Mike Shanahan offense, so they will score. 6.5 points is a lot to give to a team with an undefeated quarterback. That's why I'm picking the Niners.
Undefeated, Coach, but it was only 5 games, right? Okay, so, week one is notorious for upsets in the NFL. Minnesota on paper is a Super Bowl contender. They've got a great, solid team. Garoppolo doesn't have all of the tools and complements that Kirk Cousins is going to have. Bet on Minnesota this one, even with his 6.5 points.
All right. The LA Rams will be in Oakland taking on the Las Vegas Raiders as only a 4.5-point favorite in a game where the student, Sean McVay, will be taking on the teacher, John Gruden. The student has the better team. The Rams build upon last year's breakout team by adding more big-time talent, and the Raiders, well, they traded away their very best players. Look, I'm going to bet on the Rams. There's missing a digit here. Even if it's 41.5 points, I'm taking the Rams.
Hold on a minute, Coach, here. Derek Carr, it wasn't too long ago, he was considered one of the NFL's elite quarterbacks. That was just 2 years ago. Hopefully he returns to form under, stated quarterback guru, John Gruden. We'll see. Yes, they did lose Khalil Mack. Defense may be a little bit of suspect, but I like the Raiders. I'm going to bet emotionally on this one, even though I probably don't think they have a chance.
Okay, the other Monday night game has the Detroit Lions hosting the New York Jets as a 6.5-point favorite. Starting your career on the road's never easy, but the Lions' pass rush is so weak, Sam Darnold may not find himself running for his life, which may allow him to establish a first rhythm as a pro. That's why I like the Jets in this one.
Last year's, offensive quarterback rush for the Lions wasn't that great, but this year, we'll see. Again, week one, this is where the upsets come in. Betting on Sam Darnold versus, Matthew Stafford. I like Stafford in this one, right? I mean, come on. Rookie versus, a perennial All-Pro. No contest there, Coach. Take the Lions.
All right. Well, we're going to have to see. Fortunately, we get to, start crowing about our teams now for the next several weeks.
We'll see you next week on Tahoe Sportsline.